And welcome back. This is the Paracord Weaver, and today we're going to finish off our Slatt's rescue weave that we did a little bit ago. We showed you how to start the slats with a buckle, and then this time we're going to show you how to end this so that it's nice and clean. I learned this from a pictorial demonstration from JD over at Tying It All Together on the International Guild of Knotters on the website that he posted it there. So what I'm going to do is give it to you in video form here. So what we do is we're going to pull our loops up like we did on the first video. So please reference the first video up to this point. And we're going to pull them up, and then we're going to go clockwise like we did before. Just exactly the same. Now what we did before was we took this and looped it like this and then ran it through. We are not going to do that. What we're going to do is take the end of our lead, and we're going to use the end of our lead and run it straight down the center of those loops. Just like that. And we're going to pull the slack out. We're not going to tighten it up, we're just going to pull the slack out. Okay? Then what we do is we take our buckle and we come from the top side of the buckle and we go over and then we come from the outside of this loop. We come from the outside of the loop when we go through, just like this. Pull our slack up, and then now we're on the top side of the buckle again. Sorry, I've got this zoomed in pretty tight so you can see. It's from the top side of the buckle again, and go over. Take our slack out. You can see where it's at there. And then now our next loop, we're going to go the side that's closest to where we were just working. We're going to come through there and loop up, come from the top of the buckle, there we go. Remember, we're working with twist in the cord too, so we need to pay attention to that. And then we've got our next loop, same thing, work on the side that closest you were just working, if you can see that there. Still on the top of the buckle. Just like that. And do the last two. And here we go. Okay. Now the last one, we don't have to pull that back up through the loop. So you can see what we have going right now. And what we're going to do is take out our slack, and we're going to take the slack out of our lower loops first. And again, when we're starting, we always start with the outside edge, and we just pull the slack up, and then we turn it over. And remember, we start with the second one, the second loop, and we're going to pull that slack up, and then move over to the next one and pull the slack up. Move over to the next one and pull the slack up. Move over to the next one, pull our slack out. Okay. Then remember, on the outside edge here, we're going to pull our slack out. Okay. And then now this is the lead that we pulled through originally. So now we need to pull it through, and it's right here. Okay, not too tight yet. And you'll see that it comes through. right here. Okay. Now we should be able to do all this from the one side here. Now we didn't tighten those bottom loops very tight because we need to be able to pull the slack out of this. Okay, so you can see what's going on there. And then we're pulling the slack out again. Now remember, every time that you cross over paracord, it makes the paracord tighter. So as we tighten this up, it's going to be harder and harder to do that. Okay. And there we go. Okay, so now we're getting close, and then now we're going to go through and we're going to tighten it up. Okay? Just like we did before. Okay. Now remember, this one loops back, so we need to pull the slack out of this, and then it comes out the other end. It comes out over here. This slack is taken up on this side. Okay, and then this there we go. There we are. And that's it. Now you can see I don't even have this end tight, and this is not going anywhere. It's already very tight because it crosses over itself and tightens up. And you can see how nice that finishes up. Then what I do is I take the lead and then I run it underneath, just like this. And what that does is it gives me the same loop on this side as the other ones, so it looks like it's completed. And then I come through and run this up underneath. Just follow it up. Just like that. And then what I'll do is pull this pretty tight, and then I'll cut it and then just singe it a little bit, and then I'll take my pliers and I'll pull it back just a little bit so that it hides that end up underneath here, so you can't see it at all. So this is the Paracord Weaver. Just wanted to show you how to end that Slatt's rescue weave on a buckle so that it's nice and clean. And again, I got this from JD over at Tying It All Together from the International Guild of Knots, and I actually tracked that down going through Storm Drain first. Storm Drain kind of guided me over to JD. So thank you, those two guys, for helping me to be able to do this, and I wanted to share that with you and show you how clean that looks. That's the cleanest finish I've seen on these. So this is the Paracord Weaver, and we'll see you next time.